So today I'm going to talk about the OSI 7-layer. So before OSI 7-layer, there's no unified connection rules to transmitting the data. So as the name says, there's a 7-layer from the 7, 6, 5. I'll start from the 7 backward. 4, 3, 2, 1. So 7, which the name is application layer, presentation layer. And fifth is a session layer. The fourth one is the transport layer and network layer, data link layer, and lastly physical layer. So here on the seventh layer, in the application layer, it regulates all the validation checks, like what kind of file should be uploaded and what kind of image file should be. Like it should be only available for JPG, JPEG, or something like that. So and it uses certain protocols in this layer. For example, HTTP, which is the basic data transmitting protocol for web networking systems, web networking programs, and also the DNS for domain name server, and also FTP for file transmitting, SMTP for mail transmitting, or SSH for security. And there's all protocol data unit, PDU, is called message. So all the data is, as you can see in the message body on the payload of the HTTP message body, it's all string. So we use it named with the message. And in the presentation layer, the data encrypt the data. It encrypts the data, and also at the same time, it also regulated what kind of compression method and what kind of encryption methods, etc. So data flows like from application presentation in the session layer, it manages the session, of course, as the name says, and at the same time there's a socket layer, socket library. Socket library is about it's actually the file is like an interface that abstracted interface for application data to access to the transport layer. It's like an abstracted interface of the TCP protocol. So, and here there is so data comes to here and it becomes the segment in use the TCP protocol in the transport layer and also UDP protocol. And in the TCP protocol, the data unit would be segment, and the UDP protocol, the data name would be datagram. So the feature of the TCP is that it guarantees the valid connection, and also the packet transmitting. So it's reliable. And the contrast, UDP is like a white canvas. It does not guarantee the valid connections and valid packet transmitting. So how TCP guarantee the valid connection and the valid packet transmitting? So first of all, it has the blue pen, 3-way handshaking to establish the connection, and also at the same time 4-way handshaking to close the connection. So it guarantees the server side and the client side is connected, and then it sent the request and got the response. And also at the same time, it also has virtual circuit packet switching. So virtual circuit packet switching is that once there's a client side and the server side, and there's a lot of nodes between it, like let's go like this. Actually, TCP used the virtual circuit packet switching, which defines the virtual line, virtual loop, that it should be go like this, and that there is a packet 1, packet 2, and packet 3 is in order. Then it sends, transmit those packets, 3 packets to the server side in order. So here it comes packet 1, packet 2, packet 3. So it guarantees the order of the packets, and at the same time, it does not miss any packets from those 3. However, UDP use not a virtual circuit packet switching. It's UDP use datagram packet switching. Datagram packet switching is about it separates the packet. It goes separately. The packet transmits by separately, and first the packet 1 goes like this way. The packet 2 goes like this way, and packet 3 goes like this way. So it's all independently transmitted. So sometimes the packet 3 reaches to the destination first, and packet 1 is the last one. But it should be the packet 1, 2, 3 was in order, but sometimes it goes like a 3, 1, 2 or 3, 2, 1 in reverse. So it does not guarantee the order of the packet, and sometimes the packet could be lost. So in the server side, even though the client side sent the packet 1 to 3, but the server only got the packet 1 and 3. However, then why people use the UDP, especially in there was several versions on the HTTP 1.2, HTTP 2, HTTP 3, but HTTP 3 usually use the UDP instead of TCP. Why? Because UDP is like a white canvas. Those kind of things, 3-way handshaking, 4-way handshaking, virtual circuit packet switching, burdens load a lot. So it sometimes occurs a higher latency. And you know, nowadays the way of transmission is really variant, and so sometimes we have to customize. The TCP is already settled so much, and it's kind of like a huge bundle. But UDP is a white canvas, so you can draw anything on it, and you can customize any kind of rules on it. So only it has the port and data checksum to validate the data is valid or not, whether valid or not. So here was a transport layer, and then the data goes through the network layer. So on the network layer, it uses the protocol IP. So it identify the network, and also give the data with the IP, the sender's IP address and the destination IP address. Here's the thing, and the PDU becomes a packet. So, and in the data link, the PDU becomes a MAC address. So MAC address is kind of identifier for the physical nodes, like a router or switch or and computers, the card, the NIC or something like that. In the data link, it identifies a node, identify nodes, and it goes down to the physical layer, and it becomes the data PDU becomes the bits, like 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, like this. The message, it starts from the string of message, and it becomes a segment, and datagram. Oh, here datagram, or they say segment or datagram, depends on like which kind of protocol it uses, and it becomes a packet, and it goes to the MAC. Use the MAC address to identify, but in here it's the Ethernet Ethernet frame encapsulate the whole data, and it becomes a bit. So here, what kind of voltage it should be used, what kind of cable it should be used. So this is all about the OSI 7 layer, and I will just simplify how the data goes. So there's a message here, message from the application layer, and then in the transport layer, it encapsulates with another header, the TCP header, with the port, the sender's port, and the destination port. Port is an identifier of the service or identifier of the process. And also at the same time, it gives the packets order. As I said, it guarantees the packets order and packets transmissions and other etc. informations. And also the IP in the network address, it also encapsulates with the sender's IP address and receiver's IP address. And lastly, the Ethernet frame encapsulated, and this becomes a one packet. The packet size was about like 1,500 bytes. Actually, I do not remember exactly, but you can Google it. You can Google it. And this packet goes to the other's computer from here to here, and the receiver got the packets with the 0101, and then it's decapsulate the data, made a packet, and it goes like a reversed way. So sender goes, data flows like this, and the receiver got the data from the LAN cable, and the data goes like this and becomes a message. Thank you.